Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to another episode of Insta Chat with the Journalist. My name is Andy Lematobela, aka the Journalist, because I'm a journalist and I'm a DJ. So, welcome to my page. We have a very special guest today, Monotone essay, and yeah, he's joining us. Let me just add him on to join and chat. A couple of his career, his involvement in the house music culture. Yes, sir.
Hey, the brother.
How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. And everyone that's listening, that's joining us, holla back, holla back.
Hey, Tada, hey, Tada. So I take it load shedding is killing you. That's why you are sitting in the car.
Hey, man, Escom had to do us like this, hey? Escom
Yeah.
had to do us like this, but hey, where there's a will, there's a way, eh?
Yeah, no, man. Look, welcome, man, and thank you so much for doing this interview with me. So basically, I'm just documenting the house music culture. So I'm just doing like Insta interviews with people in the house music game that I think are cool, and I just post it up on my wall, and yeah, people appreciate them. People watch them throughout the week, and yeah, it's great. It's great. Anyway, man, I know you, obviously, but for those who may not know who Monotone is, can you just introduce yourself, sir?
Uh, Thanks for saying that I'm cool. I appreciate that. That's how you see me.
Yeah, yeah, of course, bro.
It's nice to be cool. Monotone, I was born Pontsho Moono. That's my name and my surname. I was born, bred, raised in the Northwest Province. Ke Motswana ko Lehurutshe. That's where ke goletse. I grew up there. I learned my music there. I played in the streets there. I played a bit of soccer there. I did almost everything there. Northwest, it's in my blood. It's who I am. I can't explain who I am without saying ke mfana ko Serasti.
Mm. Wow. I know how much you love Northwest Zirast. You love it so much that you even have a movement called Are Yeng Gae. So Are Yeng
Ish.
Gae, can you just talk about that? What is the movement all about?
I like embracing my hometown. I like embracing who I am and where I come from to an extent that me and my business partner, we eventually came with an idea of cultivating the arts back at home, because not everyone has an opportunity ya go tla Jozi Mabone, come do the hustle, the side, and there's a lot of talent in Joe. Like if you go home, there's a lot of musicians, there's a lot of producers and all of that, and knowing how to do things, knowing how to get your music out there. Who do I talk to? What is music rights? How do I protect my music intellectuality? It's one of the
Mm,
things that we started. Just we wanna cover and exchange knowledge to from areas rona gore tswa teng, let them know what Samro is,
mm,
because I mean something as simple as Samro, it's a place where you can register your music copyright. You don't even pay a cent, because everything we believe you need to pay for this kind of service,
mm,
whereby if you exchange that kind of knowledge, you realize, oh, nah, man, it's not that deep, you know.
mm,
So that's why we started Are Yeng Gae, and we've been taking music workshops back at home. We've been bringing the best of the best in the industry back at home. We just created like a bridge between the industry and everyone else that wants to know more about the industry. Hence, we started a movement there, Are Yeng Gae.
Okay. Yeah, man, and it's very interesting that you should mention that. But because I think that the guys from Northwest, particularly like Mabatu, Mafikeng, Ziras, those areas, that area produces a lot of artists, and I've always wondered why. Why is it that, especially guys in the music field, as opposed to other provinces? like maybe Northern Cape, you know, and other Free State and, you know, like Tswana speaking provinces, Northwest is the one that produces the most entertainers. Like, why do you think it's like that?
I think naturally, Botswana, we love the arts. You know, growing up, one of the reasons is the environment that we grew up with. We have a cultural center in the Northwest called Mabana. So growing up, it was a cool thing for Mabana. You know, Mabana, it's like the name Mabana just means the mother of the kids. You know, so growing up, we had when you go to Mabana, there's there's gymnastics, there's dance, there's music, there's cultural dances, there's even a crèche. You know, it's like a whole cultural center in and in almost everything. So growing up, Mabana was a cool thing. No, it was Gela Ramabana mos, you know. So most of us we joined it because we wanted to be cool, not knowing hore you wanting to be cool. Indirectly you cultivating that desire, also in show, you know. And how about one of your peers a succeed? I remember growing up, no, some few guys I knew but the gymnastics. And no tournament to go Portugal. Or Portugal, you don't even know where Portugal is. Maru, you know that guy, Opahame aeroplane, he flew over oceans and he went to another continent, you know? So it's such things that growing up, because there was Mabana, where I am from, Zirast, Lehuruti, there's Mabana Mafikeng, there's Mabana Taung, there's Mabana, I think also there was Tabanchu, you know? So there's Mabana almost everywhere in the main regions of Northwest and their cultural center. So I think that was one of the best investment that the government at the time did, you know, to a black child. That black child, these are the opportunities, and without even paying a lot, you know, you can have access to this and cultivate talent.
That's very interesting, man. Mabana, does it still operate in there at your hometown?
Listen, it still operates. It still operates. It's just when you are my age, you don't know if the passion is the same as it was back then, you know? Because now growing up, man, our youth, they're just doing a lot of things, and you just wonder if they're as committed as we were, you know? The only thing was Maba. The other thing would be soccer kusgela, netball kusgela, how to school, and there's nothing else, you know? So nowadays, there's just a lot of things. Come on, there's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think distraction is buyer. Come on, the phone, the cell phone, WhatsApp, and all of that. So distraction is buyer. So that kind of commitment that we had back then, I don't think is the same. But I've been there because one of my music videos, Egi shooting at home, I had a touch of featuring cultural dancers in my hometown. I could see their commitment, that they know exactly what they're doing. The track is called Galawena. If you want to check it out, maybe on YouTube, you see a clip where I'm featuring them and they gel nicely with the song.
Oh, okay, cool. Is that the Amapiano song?
No. It's another one. It's a touch of Deben Komnyana. I shot it, maybe 2016 or before that.
Oh,
the one with the Mapiano that I shot last year. That one is Abafana Bestogo.
Yeah. I was gonna say that was quite. I saw the video. I was like, this video is a bit controversial. What's going on in there? Tell us about that video for those who don't know.
Wait. What do you mean it was controversial? What did you see?
No, just the dances. You know, it was it was normally you see that those type of videos for hip hop guys. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was different to see the house guy going that route. You know what I mean? Controversial is the wrong word. Let me just say it was, out there.
It was out there. I remember once there was someone posted on Twitter about it. Screenshot a certain part of the video and said he was disappointed. I was like, nigga, who are you to be disappointed? I'm kidding. On some like he's disappointed. The idea with the video, it was actually my third music video I shot at home. So the idea of the video was to Big up my hometown, number one. Secondly, there's if you're from Lehurutsi, you know when place where we go and chill. There's go Moropa, there's go Kawas, go Skaring, there's Maitiso, there's Latotos, you know. So the idea was to showcase those places where everyone that's from home and watch my view, be like, yeah, we are proud. That is home, you know. And you know, a dance song is never a dance song without dancers. And we black people express ourselves differently. We embrace dancing differently. I had a lot of young small kids doing my pantola. I had this other ladies. It was never even planned. The controversial part you're talking about, it was not even planned. We had like an not even artificial, you know, those small pools. I don't know to call it an artificial pool.
Yeah.
So the ladies came and asked, guys, we like to dance and we like to twerk, you know. And I see nothing wrong with that. It's how we express ourselves. We express ourselves differently, you know. Other people like pantola, others like to twerk. Some ladies like this, and I didn't see nothing wrong. And I was like, we as black people, we are singers, we are dancers naturally, and we gave it a green light, you know. And I told my editor that, listen, man, portray what you feel is artistic according to how you see things. I trust you visually. Do what you need to do, and he did it, and I love it, and you know, I can't let it.
So it was an invitation to dance to the ladies.
With me, it's always an invitation to dance.
Which is the name of your hit song?
My debut song, yeah.
The song that actually I think, you know, introduced you to the nation. I think it was 2000. I don't even remember which year it was, man. You remember the moment?
2011, yeah. The song I had a season in my life after I finished my music technology schooling. So I got a job at a radio station, and for 2 years I worked there, and I did a little bit of saving here and there. And I was like, one day I wish I could have my own home studio, you know, home studio. Home studio was close to my heart. Like my first money that I was getting, I was just saving towards that. Whether it means I buy one RCA cable, put it on the side, buy a microphone on the side, you know. I used to do a lot of stuff. I remember I used to do, the first guy to buy me my monitors was, I don't know if you know Tepo Maseko. Parsons.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
What's his name?
He was Parsons on his dingo.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went to him like, hey man, he was a presenter on Motswedi. I went to him, Gary, Tepo, I love what you're doing. I have skills, radio imaging, you know. Can I spice up? Can I get some clips and do some nice things for your show? You know, I did it for like 2-3 years or so, you know, without even no payment. And I was like, I'm doing it because I really want to do this for you, you know. And one day he took me, as like, Joe, what do you want? And I was like, I'm busy building a studio. He got me my first monitors.
Dope.
First monitors, I still have them even today. They're still working even today, you know. Then I kept building my studio, and time went by, and every day I worked. I was not working to release music. Actually, I didn't even know what to do with the music. You know, I would just get into studio, pina, put it on the side, song, put it on the side. I didn't even know what to do, and I would do everything. I would do kwaito, I would do hip hop, I would do. A friend of mine, KG, introduced me to house, because every time I do house, it sounded like gospel. You know, I'm a church boy, so my chords were not minor enough. I was doing a lot of major chords, and major chords associated with gospel and happy spirit, you know, that kind of vibe. Then I sat with KG, and I was like, okay, you know. Then I started doing house. I was like, okay, house is the in thing. Let me give it a try. Let me see if I can gel nicely into the genre, you know. Then I started working around 2007 and 8. A friend of mine introduced me to Ruby Gold, you know, and we went to studio. We just messed around with the beats that were there. We lost contact, reconnected again in 2010. That's when the studio is running. That's at my place. I call her through. She came, catched up on personal life because we haven't seen each other in a while, you know. And then 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032, 2033, 2034, 2035, 2036, 2037, 2038, 2039, 2040, 2041, 2042, 2043, 2044, 2045, 2046, 2047, 2048, 2049, 2050, 2051, 2052, 2053, 2054, 2055, 2056, 2057, 2058, 2059, 2060, 2061, 2062, 2063, 2064, 2065, 2066, 2067, 2068, 2069, 2070, 2071, 2072, 2073, 2074, 2075, 2076, 2077, 2078, 2079, 2080, 2081, 2082, 2083, 2084, 2085, 2086, 2087, 2088, 2089, 2090, 2091, 2092, 2093, 2094, 2095, 2096, Then I'm like, he's like, man, enough about talking. What do you have? Then I started playing a couple of beats that I have. There's one of the songs that we had. We did it a long time ago, so we 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 retouched it. It's called Happiness. It was on my debut album, and we did Invitation to Dance. Yo, that song. So now I've recorded all these songs. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know anyone. I don't know record labels. I'm just that guy that went to study music technology. I have the theory. I did music business, but I've never experienced the actual what to do with the stuff, you know? And I know a lot of guys find themselves in that situation. You control and monitor, you have your computer, your Fruity Loops, you're recording your boys, and you can hear, I'm on this song, yeah, you know? And you don't know what the next step is or should be, you know? Who you're going to talk to. You're hearing stories of exploitation in the industry. What if I step out and they take my song? Next thing, you're hearing your own song on radio and you can't do nothing about it. I think that's one of the most painful things that other musicians really go through, you know? And step by step, I learned how to do things myself. I was nearly signed, but it didn't happen. Only God knows why. Then I started learning about radio sampling, you know, which means taking the song, make sure that it's a certain length, 340, 4 minutes, the longest, the certain quality, mixed and mastered. And say at the time it was CDs throughout. CDs, wire, baba, you know, CD cover, CD number, IRC number, publishing information, that information, you know. So I took it and I was like, you know what, let me just go drop it at YFM. I dropped it at YFM, I dropped it in other radio stations. I didn't believe in a week. I got a call from one of my friends says, listen to YFM right now. I was like, what do you mean? So when I switched it on, the song was about to finish and I was like, I couldn't believe, man. I couldn't believe. From there, I did a good rotation on radio. I started getting calls from all the record labels I was reaching out to. They started. I didn't even know where they got the numbers, but they started reaching out, and I'm like, okay, check which one was the best deal for me at the time. I got it licensed to Soul Candy, which at the time, you know how Soul Candy was running the streets. You know, if they exploit your song, they really make sure that it's on top, you know. Then it happened, man. It happened, and it didn't just happen. It changed my life. It opened a lot of doors. I got to understand the industry better. I got to do a lot of things by myself, you know. Even today, I haven't been, you know, been signed. That's basically the story, man. It's a long one, but it's an exciting one for me.
Yeah, no, that's a very dope story, bro. You know, and I like how you tell it with the passion. What's interesting for me is that you are a new guy, you know, at the time, and then you just drop your song at YFM, and then they play it, which is very unusual because a lot of people will tell you, like, you know, you have to know people, and you know, you have to have connections to get your songs on radio and all that. But looking at that time and looking at now, um, how would you advise someone new to push their music now? Someone
I
new,
don't know
someone
what.
new.
I, I honestly don't know what to say anymore. Nah? All I can say is there's no formula. There's no formula. It's. I believe in knocking. I knock, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, probably it's not time. There will be another time. I without even saying bad to YFM, they don't play my music anymore. I've submitted for the last 5 years, no airplay, no explanation why not. So you see the same people that then, like a decade ago, gave me an opportunity. Now it's a different story. So some people praise you. All I usually say is that there's more than maybe 13 to 15 combining commercial and PBS. PBS would be like your Venek, your Tswana Soto Xhosa vendor, you know. There's no way that if you have a good song, there's no way that all of them won't play your song. Even if it's 2 or 3 radio stations that would hear you out, give you that once a week, twice a week rotation, that is something. It builds you towards something. It builds you to a certain confidence. I know we all want your biggest radio, your Ukozi, your Metro, Mhlobo, your top 6 to jam us every day. Unfortunately, the game is not like that, you know. The game, it gets deeper than that, which now we can't get into. But even if you knock on community radio stations, there's a lot of community radio stations, and they're always hungry for content. They're hungry for new music, you know. It would happen, but knock everywhere, knock all radio stations. And nowadays, there's no CD sleeve and all of that. All you do is just have all their right emails. You email them, make sure that it's quality. Make sure that you do a little bit of follow-up without irritating them. You know, I know sometimes you want to call every day, and so I'm like, hey, have you received my music? When are you playing it? You know, do it without, I don't know what way is there of doing it without irritating, but at the same time, doing it often, there's a thin line which I can't exactly break down, you know? Because sometimes, like, okay, let me give him airplay, you know? Sometimes when you do it too often, you get blocked. It's tricky, man. It's tricky because other people go through the route of having a PR, and PR works. Sometimes it works. It doesn't work. It depends on what you're looking for. Do you have the budget to pay for PR? And or the other PR would be, listen, we'll make money later together. But not everyone is going to do that. Everyone is business minded. They want results now. So it's a very tricky approach, which up to today, after this long, I haven't mastered. I haven't mastered the art of doing this. I'm in the middle of a new single which I'm working on. I actually have a studio session with Miano tomorrow. We all know Miano.
Yeah.
We have a session tomorrow. We're doing 2 or 3 songs that we need to put down. One is for this. There's a new DJ at Monotone FM called and as the DJ Verpa. We're doing his single. We're doing my new single with TPO. We're doing also Miano's single, you know. And I can still tell you now, I still need to go back to the drawing board and, you know, see, okay, I have a new single, I have a product, what to do next? Who do I talk to? Am I going to get airplay or not? Should I shoot a video? What if I shoot a video and it doesn't get the platform and I paid like 20, 30, 40K for the video, you know? So the commercial route of music, it's tricky. I'm not going to lie to you. It will always be tricky. It's been tricky. Let's be realistic. How many artists do we know? They were big. They top #1 chart. Today they're struggling for their songs to get rotation. We could sit here the whole night. We can sit here. I don't want to call names, but me and you and everyone that is watching, we know. There's a lot of artists and you wonder, man, what happened to Bani Bani? They had a hit album. The first album was fire, you know? Their second, like the whole album was, even what they released after was still fine. Not because they lacked quality, but because our industry is not only about quality. There's more to things than just having a product. A product needs proper connection, proper marketing, proper PR, proper, you know, even one-on-one with people. Sometimes it doesn't hurt for me to know you, you know, to say, hey, the journalist, I'm an article one, you know, then you can, or you could, you're like, hey, Daily Sun, man, please help this boy with this article, or you know, one radio station, or you know, Soweto radio, or you know, something. Sometimes industry is tricky, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be here and say, industry, it's smooth, Baba. It's smooth. There's no smoothness, none whatsoever. But when things go right, they really go right. When things go right, they really go right. You find yourself traveling the world. You find yourself being in places you never thought you'd be. One of the biggest gigs I've been at, bro, was Bushfire Festival. I've never had so many people in front of my eyes jamming to my songs. You know, so such things, they happen because things are going right. It's time, it's the moment, you know. But some other days,
yeah, no,
rough.
I hear you, bro. Pel is a question. Oh, shout out to Pel. Haven't seen you in a long time, Pel. I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. You and I need to catch up. But
Hey,
anyway,
there's to me. Hello to
Pel,
me.
Pel wants to know, bro, how do you remain consistent and balance your work and craft? Because, you also do some work there at SABC, if I'm not mistaken, and then obviously you're also an artist. So how do you balance the two? Because it's a lot of work from both sides.
Sacrifices needs to be done. And the other thing is that everything that I do, they're all under the same umbrella, which is sound engineering. So Monday to Friday, I wake up the whole day and do TV post-production, which I work. Which pal is this?
Pel Mkhatle, she is.
Oh, I thought it's another pal that I work with. So I do TV post-production, and I managed to build my own studio where I stay. So I could go do sound engineering at the SABC the whole day. I knock off, I come back home, focus on my craft of making music for whatever projects that I'm involved with. So it's weekends, it's gigs. It really takes passion to get you going. When you're passionate about what you're doing, honestly, there's sacrifices that you need to take. There's like, ish, I could be doing that, but I need to, you know. So I think being able to do what I really, really love. I've loved music when I was still a kid. I was like 11 years. Kids are my conferencing at that age, So it's always been my love. So other things for me to take radio, take music, take TV work at the same time. It's passion is holding me down. I don't want to say there's some abracadabra, you know. Yeah, but the passion for the music, man. All my friends, they know. Everyone around me, you don't need to even ask. They're like, Pontsho, all our music. I'm always like, I want music. Yeah.
Okay, I know. So you need passion, Pel, to push. So it's interesting that you're working with Miano.
Yeah.
I know, him, Sammy Chi, and who's the other guy?
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting all of them. I met Miano 2-3 weeks ago
Yeah.
because Pluto said, hey man, I'm talking to Miano and I need my new single done. Can we hook it up? Toto is my boy. And I'm like, no, for she's, we drove to Soweto, we had a small chat on some about just music. Sometimes music is nice if you guys can chill and have a deeper connection than we just working. So we just sat and spoke about music, his journey, my journey, all of our journey combined. Then we realized, what, the vibe is there. The vibe is there. Played him a couple of beats that are here and he digged them and is like, when can we record? And I'm like, yo, man, my complex is on lockdown. We can't do nothing now, but let's wait for the right time. But in the meantime, hear the beats, listen, digest them, come with ideas so that even when we get in studio, at least we're more comfortable. The flow is better because now you've listened to the direction that we're going towards.
Sure. So looking at the trends this year, last year, December, it was my piano. What do you think we're gonna be jamming to this year?
I want to start by giving a big shout out, man. Big shout out to the guys that embracing my piano, Yokabza and the Maporisa. They really broke trends. They broke new turf. They just came with something totally different. The thing I love about South African culture is that Ugasara confirm. You cannot confirm or I no, this is only house. Anything can happen anytime. See, since the time of Abo Mnige, Abo Arthur with dance moves up to now, where are we? It's been like trend after trend. We creative like that. I wish we knew how powerful. I wish we knew how creative we are as a Black South African nation. Even the whole continent, we're on another level. So what they did with my piano last year, man, was just, it was something else. And I really embraced that. That's why last year I had to, and I was like, you know what, I love this sound. You know, let me bring my own feel with TPO into the Mapiano, and we gave birth to a song called Abafana Bestogo, the one that I shot the video, you know. And I love where it is. We might drop another single Amapiano, but at the same time, I'm a music lover. Before I knew I could do house music and whatever genre, I used to do hip hop. You know, I had a lot of guys go Nako studio, boom rap, because I was doing hip hop at the time. I'm a music producer. That's how I see myself. What I feel, I express it musically. So it could be any genre when it, you know. So as far as what is going on musically, all I'm saying, anything can happen. We can wake up tomorrow and there's a new song which is not piano and it's big, and everyone goes towards that route. Check Master KG. Master KG, the whole year most of the years was piano last year. December was piano. Master KG did his own thing, you know. Jerusalem drops, it's big worldwide. Como Brazil. Now there's a new remix with Burna Boy. It's reviving. It's touching other platforms. It's touching other spheres, you know. So with music, man, you can't confirm at all. You know, I can't be here and be like, no, this genre forever. You cannot. Just go with the music and the feel, and you know.
Yeah, that's very interesting, man. Oh, Pearl says she's got a last question, and it's for both of you guys. Okay, Pearl, what's your take regarding the ongoing trend, gender-based violence?
Man, it's disappointing. Yo, I don't know where to start on how disappointing it is. How guys, we just disappointing, man. We supposed to love our sisters. We're supposed to love each other, love our kids, protect them, be those role models. How now, you know, kick him Uncle Pontsho, you know, and sees you as someone to protect them in any situation. But we're doing the opposite. I think if there's such a thing called a virus or a demon, God, there's a demon that just fell upon us, South Africa. It needs to be cast away, you know. I don't know if it's our upbringing that makes us to be the monsters that we are, or it's something that we pick up in the streets to show dominance, which is unnecessary. You know, I'm honestly, personally disappointed because every time a day never passes by on Twitter, there's someone is missing. There's a child that's been killed. How do you kill and rape a baby, Joe? Like, I'm disappointed, honestly. I'm disappointed. I wish something could come and just sweep this badness, this dark cloud out, you know?
Yeah, no, it's very sad. So, Pearl, since you also addressed the question to me, I'll try and be brief, but now my answer is going to be long, but I'll try and be brief. But I think gender-based violence in South Africa is it's deeper than what we see. You know, it's deeper than men just hitting women. I think South African men or African men in general, we are most of us are struggling with trauma, and a lot of South African men, if you talk to guys, you know, beyond drinking alcohol and living fine, there are deep-rooted issues, you know, and those issues are there because we talk as guys, but we don't go for counseling.
We don't talk enough.
Yeah, we don't go for counseling, and there are things that we need to talk about that we've suffered before, violence in our homes, and it comes from the previous generation. To give you an example, now my generation, I grew up being beaten by my parents for that's how they disciplined me. And the reason why I was disciplined like that is because their parents hit them, because their parents were hit by the white man, because they were reduced to apartheid and all that. So you see, this thing is like your father is being beaten by a white man. Your grandfather, he comes back at home, he's angry now, he's taking this anger on the wife and the kids, and then now that kid becomes your father. Now your father only knows to discipline you that way, you know what I mean? So it's passed on from generation to generation. I think that's one of the reasons. So we discipline kids with hitting. That's not how you discipline a human being. You talk to a human being. Another thing which is controversial is religion. Okay, I think that when hear me out, ne? Like growing up as a kid, the first thing that you are being taught is that the woman is a snake because the woman gave Adam an apple and a woman did that. The Bible just talks bad things about women. And now you study that Bible. Subconsciously, you're not going to respect women because you're going to think women are evil. So, Pearl, to answer your question, I think it's religion and I think it's trauma that comes from apartheid. Oh, and the third thing, which is our culture. Our culture is very patriarchal. Or, at home, a woman must do
But
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
used to bow down and kneel before the husband, and it doesn't push mutual respect between both parties.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Definitely. That's my take on Pearl, you're asking a very serious question, but that's dope. Which brings me to my next question, bro. How
yeah,
how do you feel about female DJs in South Africa? Do you think that we have great female DJs?
I'm very excited about the season that we're going through. A lot of female DJs are emerging, even though I feel like they're not emerging at the rate that I would have expected. I mean, when DJs in Clay came about, when other female DJs that are prominent came about, you would think automatically it would instill confidence in other female DJs to say, if she's doing it, then I could do it, you know? I'll make an example. So the other day on I'll say a lot about my friend Koto because we've been together for a long time. We're just talking about his show and everything, you know? So he took out a message out on Facebook to say for Women's Month, I want strictly to have female DJs. So the show it's 3 hours. So he features two DJs per show. And he was telling me that no emails from ladies, nothing, none whatsoever. So sometimes women are holding themselves back. I used to have a friend, I still do actually, who was she did a lot of MC work with a lot of prominent people. She used to, be all over the place. And now she stopped. And we spoke the other time. I'm like, hey man, you were so good at Khojaiva and MC. You really pull crowd. Why have you stopped? Now I'm okay with this industry because every time I'm out there thinking I'm going to work, people sexualize me. They look at me, Kalitola, I've gotten you this gig, so by default it means I'm expecting something should happen between us. So she ended up pulling out and leaving all that because she was getting a lot of that, she was getting a lot of that. And I know that happens not only in our industry, it happens a lot everywhere where women, their success is based on if they are willing to compromise themselves, which shouldn't be the case, which shouldn't be the case. You should be able to deliver your authentic talent without someone trying to bend you, someone trying to make you do something that you don't want to do. I wish we would have more female DJs that come up. There's a lot of female DJs cookers, but not most of them hit it commercial space, because commercial space has its own difficulties that I just spoke about and other difficulties on top of that. I mean, imagine female DJ with a manager like me or you. We're going on a weekend gig crusade. We start Poloko and we end up Bulupfontein. We go in there the whole weekend. Are we gonna respect them as females, me and you, as our let's say we managing them? So that's where sometimes the challenge is, man. We don't give them proper respect. We don't look at them professionally. This person, she's doing her work, I should look at her in that eye, So unfortunately, man, that's what I'm saying. Our industry, it's twisted. It's really twisted. You need to have a thick skin. You need to have double the passion to be able to sustain and have longevity, I wish this season would just pass and we live in a different era.
Yeah, and the problem is just men. Men are not making it safe for women to.
No, we're not
Yeah.
at all, eh? You can't just get into. I remember you spoke about my song with Ruby Gold, I remember most guys were like, man, Ruby is beautiful, Ruby is sexy. I bet for sure you've hit that, Like they would just put it bluntly to me like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would the first thing on your mind be that? You know, because they see I'm traveling with her, we go to gigs, we're always on the road. And what they see is what looks obvious to their mind, you know. And I'm like, don't look at women, don't, you know, don't say it's obvious. There's no obvious thing. We are here on a working relationship, and it shouldn't even have that kind of thought because we are working. But I guess our industry is associated also with a lot of maliciousness, and it's what it is, man. And it shouldn't be, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're already 40 minutes in. I have two more questions for you, bro. Like, um, obviously, you said you mentioned that you're working with Miano and
Yeah,
TPO and your boy for NS the DJ.
yeah, yeah.
So does that mean that you'll be dropping a project or singles?
I'm a single guy, eh? Not not a dating fraternity. I'm talking about music. I
Yeah.
think singles, let me tell you why. Singles work better for me because I once released a 16-track album, né?
Mm.
Which I was advised not to release so many songs. But I was in the zone. I was excited about the content and all the music that I did. I was like, no, 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 I want to serve people all the music at once. And you realize at the time you can only push one song at a time, shoot a video at a time, put it on radio at a time, you know. So it really exhausts for you to take out a whole album and only 2, 3 songs are being heard, you know. So I think the single route really works nice for me because I just take out a single, shoot a video, push it on radio, push it wherever I could push it, wait for another time. You know, I don't want to listen. I don't want to waste music. I don't want to. So for now, it works for me very nice until I have a certain kind of partnership, maybe with a bigger company that we would sit down and be like, oh, you want to take out an album? We'll make sure that all these 5 songs or 6 or 7, they have music videos and they're out there. That is a different power that currently I'm not within, you know. But as soon as that time comes in my life where I could associate myself with bigger labels that could sustain what I'm doing and help and elevate what I'm doing, it becomes easier. So I just work within my reach. At this point, it's just singles. Singles could be like 2 songs or 3 songs. It's not bad. I still feeding the nation with music, you know?
Mm. Okay, cool. And then since Vele, it's the lockdown, what's going to happen to the Are Yeng Gae movement this year?
Are Yeng Gae movement, it won't do events because we've been on the event side of things and the music workshop side of things. What we have planned, it's another music workshop which won't be too formal. It's gonna be more a little bit of formal, but mostly practical. We have assembled the best sound engineers that I've been working with, guys like Bosipo, Abo Sticky. I think you know Sticky, right? Sticky
Yes.
Tainment. Abo
Sticky Monotone,
Sticky,
yeah.
we've assembled Sticky, right? So, that's so. So we assembled the best team to take them to my hometown. Keep it 10 people per class. Social distance. Make sure that everyone is safe, everyone is protected within that space, and make it more of a one-on-one interaction. We're just gonna choose 10 people to work with, 10 people to groom, 10 people to mature in the music space. Because at first we got a civic center, a big hall, which could accommodate like 1,000 plus, you know, and it was just one of those conversation Q&A and just imparting knowledge. But now we want to make it more personal, you know, get a vocal coach to deal with vocalists, get our engineers to deal with people that love sound engineering, get them into what is mixing, get them into what is mastering and how they do it in a professional level. Even buy a studio, erect it at home so that they can have access to the studio, so that we don't come, drop knowledge and leave with our things. You know what I mean? So that we can come and drop studio where it's going to be, and people can just, whenever they feel like they need that knowledge and maturity, they can go and have access to all the information. So this is what we have in our pipeline. In the next couple of months, actually, we're just pulling our last strings, which are like, we're here, you know, we're just right here. soon as the last string is pulled and we know where we're sitting as a country and in terms of safety and which level we at and traveling and all of that, obviously we need to follow rules and regulations of the country and we'll take it there. But Are Yeng Gae, it's a movement that keeps on moving. It's a movement that is just there to help a lot of guys that don't have the kind of knowledge that we are exposed to. We've been blessed to attend music conference worldwide. Like your South by South in March. Actually, I was supposed to go to South by Southwest this year. A week before I'm leaving to Texas, shut down. The country got shut down. Everything stopped. My man, I was like, everything. My bags were packed. It was literally 3 days before I left. My bags were packed. Everything was sorted. South by Southwest. They didn't say much. They said a little bit later on that they're pulling, all their sponsors pulled out. But they said they were going on and they just stopped, So I've been blessed to attend South by Southwest, the CMJ, there's Primavera in Barcelona. So there's a kind of conference that you go there and you get all this musical knowledge, digital marketing, how do you get your music out there worldwide, how do you place yourself as an independent record label, So all this information, man, we can't just go there, get info and not give it to our people, So that's what we're doing with Are Yeng Gae. We're taking all this knowledge and for free, give it to a black child because, my man, we've been blessed. Let's bless. It's as simple as that.
Wow, man. Good work, brother, and good luck. Keith says, hire me.
That's my boy. Keith is my boy. He is so good. This guy is something else. It's not just he's my brother, Shout out to you, my brother. I'll talk to you. You are hired.
Okay, I know, man. Look, thank you so much for the chat, bro. I can't believe it's been almost it's 47 minutes since we've been talking. But
what? Didn't we talk for 15 minutes?
It's almost an hour, bro. It's 47 minutes, deep. So
jeez, man.
I'm gonna put this this interview. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram, obviously, but I'm also gonna put it somewhere else. But I'll let you know where. Soon. Keith, no, he says Andy. So you know the real me, bro. Damn. Okay.
He calls you by name. He calls you by your ID name.
Hey, bro, you know me by my ID name. That's dope. Shout out to Faj who just joined us. But yeah, guys, we're reaching the end of the interview. So if you missed it, I'm gonna post it up now on my wall on Instagram.
Zero to help me with my PR. That's one of my brother also. Sometimes I would have projects. And I'm like, yo, Lip Zero, man, budget doesn't look that good, man. Can you help? And he's like, my brother, come through, man. Shout out to him. Thanks for everything, It's this kind of brothers that you meet in the industry and it becomes a brotherhood more than anything else, And I appreciate such kind of love, man.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Oh, that's CK. Oh, CK. I know this guy.
He's an American brother.
Yeah, no, shout out to CK, man. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you missed the interview, I'm gonna post it up on my wall now. I document the house culture every day, and yeah, man, it's about pushing the movement. I love house music. I love the music industry, and yeah, and obviously I love journalism. So thank you so much for giving me your time, bro. By the way, for those who are wondering why Monotone is doing the interview in the car, he's actually experiencing load shedding, but he didn't let that stop him. He went to the car and then that's why he's doing the interview. So I really, really appreciate your time, brother. And thank you so much.
Listen, man, I was told that Western End is like Senten. I don't know what's going on, man. The load shedding came unexpected. No one said anything and boom, we are here, But more than anything else, man, thanks for the opportunity. The opportunities that you've given me goes beyond what you're doing now. You've had me in a lot of awesome platforms that really elevated Are Yeng Gae as a movement. It elevated my career. I'd like to say thank you for all your help. You and Mashoto, Wapapa Warra, if he's watching, holla back. And for everyone that's been supporting Monotone as a music producer and everything that I've been up to, I really am humbled and I really appreciate all the love that I always get, and I promise I'm gonna bless you guys with music. That's it.
All right, sharp. Thank you, Siyabonga.